Hey everyone, in this video we're going to learn about our navigation and our logo and what kind of goes inside of our header tag. So let's start with that. So inside of our header we know that it's the main part of our website, and that typically is where our logo and our navigation will go. So how do we add our logo? Well, we haven't learned about the image tag yet, so let's start with that. So simply, it just is abbreviated with IMG. That's the name of the tag. And so this is what it looks like. So we've got two attributes right out of the gate. The first one is the source attribute, and that is where we put the link to where our asset is located. In this case, so you know, our structure now is we had our index file, right, saved. I've moved that now into a folder. And in that folder, we've got that file with our logo. So our logo is logo.blade. So let's give it the path. So the path is logo-blade. Now, another nice thing, again, about VS Code is it'll automatically find your paths for you. So I just hit, I'm on Windows, so Control Space. There's our path. There's the name of our logo. So this attribute is required. An attribute that isn't necessarily required, although you should require it at all times, is the alt attribute, and that's for SEO purposes, for accessibility. So it basically should be required. So we've got the source and the alt, and what happens in the alt is we put text that relates to the image in case it couldn't load. So in this case, we'll just put it as logo blade. It's fine, something like that. We save and let's refresh. So there, we've got these blades. Now I stole this little logo from somewhere just to use as our demonstration purposes for the site. So we're going to build a knife website to start with. Why not? So there's our logo. What's the next element that we need? That would be our nav. And inside our nav element, you typically put links that would relate to the document or to wherever this navigation is located. So you could have a nav element in multiple places. You wouldn't normally typically put a nav element in the footer, although if it was like a primary navigation, then yeah, in that case, sure, you could. You could put the nav element inside your main tag. You can have a navigation in your sidebar. It just depends what type of navigation we have on our site. So in this case, we have a header, and that is going to be the primary navigation for the website where we're going to direct people to. So what goes inside of our nav? Well, we haven't learned about this tag, but it is called the unordered list. Now, again, we could just manually start typing out all this stuff, and that's great when you're beginning. But as you can see, even just typing this tag, it automatically has the closing tag associated with it. So it makes it really handy, but there's something called Emmet that we kind of covered a little bit before, and we can do things like this. So we're going to have an unordered list with the list item inside of it. Let's say I want maybe 5 of those. And then it builds it all out for us. So it's pretty slick. So as a beginner, you'll really like it because you're not going to have to manually type kind of this repetitive code. Okay, so we've got our nav, we've got our list inside of our nav, and now we need links. So we need links inside of each one of these. So we're kind of covering a lot of new topics and a lot of new tags, but just know in our navigation, we don't technically have to have this in a list. We could just list out all of our links this way, and that would be fine. But it doesn't provide as great of a structure, right? So because they're just kind of floating and they're all over the place, putting them in a list, that'll help organize it a little bit better, and it gives us a little bit more control when we want to style this list. So out of the gate, let's just see what that gives us. I don't think it'll give us anything. We need to put some text into here. So you know, our first weapon of choice will be a dagger. Maybe we need a short sword or something, an axe if you're into that. What else do we have? I don't know, butterfly knife. And we could do a switchblade. Cool, so there's our list. Now we've got all of our links right here. So that's the gist of it. That's our primary navigation. Now, how do we make this nice and not look just so bland? Well, we'll style it up with some CSS, and we'll kind of get into that as we go throughout all these videos. For now, let's just focus on the navigation. Again, I highly recommend you head over to the Mozilla website and kind of read through their examples and see what the navigation is for yourself, and try building this out on your own. It's really easy to watch videos, but until you physically sit down and build it, you're not going to get the same experience and learn and grow your own. So I love showing this stuff. That's always fun and exciting, and it's great to kind of get a general overview from someone. But again, the real learning comes from typing out the code yourself. So yep, hope you liked it. That's the basics of a nav for a website, and we'll get into the rest of this stuff in the next video. Okay, see you later.